my name's Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back if you are a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here as I share my sewing journey. So welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be one of my Sunday sewing catch-ups and I haven't filmed one for a while. I put on my community tab a few weeks ago that I was taking a break because it was the Easter holidays and I had lots of things coming up. So I think we had 2 markets coming up. I knew that it was going to be the Easter break and I wanted to have some time with my family, so I decided to take a couple of weeks off filming, but I am back today with my Sunday sewing catch up. I've missed doing these videos, I've missed sort of rounding up what I've been getting up to across the week, and I have, as a result of taking a little bit of a break, I've got tons of things that I want to share with you today. So I've got my notebook in front of me. And before I dive into all of the things I want to share with you today, I'll let you know what I'm wearing. It's an absolutely gorgeous sunny day in London today and the weather is actually quite warm. We've had a couple of days of really lovely warm weather. It makes me really excited for like the spring summer weather. Hopefully we'll get a really good spring summer this year. So I've popped on a dress. I've got some family coming round for lunch a little bit later. So I've popped on one of my nice dresses. I dug out all my summer clothes, went through them and checked the ones that still fit and the ones that don't. Ruby and Lola got to go through all of my clothes as well and they've grabbed a few bits. And this is one of the summer dresses. It's the True Bias Shelby dress and romper pattern. And this is the dress. It's a midi length dress. It's got this lovely V-neck detail, buttons all the way down, short sleeves. You've got like this little tie detail at the back, which when I stand up, you'll be able to see hopefully. But yeah, it's got this like tie detail, which just gives it a little bit of shape because you can see it's actually quite roomy. It's a really beautiful sort of style of dress and also romper because you're not going to be able to see because this fabric's so busy, but it's just made up of lots of panels and it creates this really gorgeous sort of drape with the fabric. This is a viscose fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics years ago. I've had this for quite a while and I love getting this out. I really should make this pattern up more. So yeah, it's got buttons all the way down and then it's got a subtle split. I think that's because I didn't have enough buttons, and then this stops just above my ankle. So that's what I've got on today. So happy Easter to anyone that does celebrate Easter. Ruby and Lola were very excited this morning. They're 12 and 14, but they still requested that they had an Easter egg hunt. So I did hide their eggs and there was lots of clues that they had to follow. So that was a really lovely way to start the day. So I don't eat chocolate, so I actually don't get any Easter eggs, but I do get lots and lots of sweeties. So they're in the cupboard, ready for a treat after dinner. And I'm going to be cooking a roast too. So happy Easter if you do celebrate Easter. So I usually start with what I've been getting up to sewing wise. And it has been a while, but I actually haven't done as much sewing as I thought I would. I always find the start of the holidays, I'm completely wiped out from how busy the half term's been at school. So I always find that although I've got lots of ideas like swimming around in my head, I don't actually have the energy to go with it. So I always find the first couple of days of any school break, I'm usually sort of resting, getting into the swing of being off work, slowing myself down a little bit. And then just making notes in my notebook of things that I want to do, but I don't tend to have as much energy for sewing for the first couple of days of the holidays. I'm not quite sure why, but I have enjoyed just making lots of plans in my notebook, getting my fabrics out. There's a couple of challenges that I want to get involved in, although I say that and I try and get involved in challenges and then I run out of time. And I found that with the Sew Yellow for Endo project, I didn't get my jeans sewn up in time to enter that challenge that was going on, and then the Sew Frugal challenge that was going on, I didn't get round to doing all the things that I wanted to do either. So I'm quite ambitious, I think, with the challenges that I do want to get involved in. So we'll see. So in terms of what I have been sewing, let's start with the jeans because I'm most excited about those. And these are a Make 9 fabric. I've had them cut out for absolutely ages. I wanted to get them sewn up for the Sew Yellow for Endo challenge, but I just didn't get around to getting them sewn up. When I did get around to sewing them up, I really enjoyed sewing this pattern. It came together really nicely and I'm really pleased with the finished jeans. So I'm just going to zip the fly up and here they are in this absolutely gorgeous, super fun denim fabric. It's quite a lightweight denim fabric. Absolutely love it. So you've got the button and then you've also got the zip fly. And the pattern that I used was the I Am Sunshine jeans pattern. And I found that pattern a really straightforward pattern to follow. So there's a zip fly. The zip fly went in really nicely. On one of the pockets, you've got a little coin pocket. You probably can't see it because it's so busy. And then you've got the pockets with a pocket facing and the pocket bag on the inside. And then you've got the fly detail. I don't know if you can see that on the front. You've got that fly detail that you top stitch and you bar tack. And then there's pockets on the back. I didn't go for a fancy design on the pocket. I just went for the double row of top stitching. You can't really tell because the fabric's so busy, and that's why I didn't go for a design on the pocket either. And then I asked on Instagram for suggestions on what colour thread to go for, and I went for yellow in the end. You can just about make it out there. I really love this jean style on me. It's sort of a balloon, sorry, there's some thread there. It's a balloon style trouser, so it sort of goes out ever so slightly and then in at the bottom. And I did lengthen the pattern because on my first pair of I Am Sunshine jeans, they stopped just above my ankle, and I wanted to make sure that they covered my ankle so I didn't get cold feet when I wear them. But I'm really, really pleased with how these have turned out. I did have to do some adjustments to the pattern, but they were adjustments that I made absolutely ages ago when I made my first pair. And my first pair I wrote a blog post for, so I'll link that down below because it goes into detail about the adjustments that I made to the pattern. So from memory, I adjusted the hip area of the pattern piece, and I also adjusted the crotch. So I'll pop a link to the blog post that I wrote for Backstitch because that goes into a lot more detail about what adjustments I made to the pattern to make them fit my body. But I really love these, and I think they're going to make a great addition to my spring wardrobe. So that's the first thing that I got sewn up. So the second thing that I've got sewn up over the last couple of weeks, I wasn't planning to get it sewn up anytime soon, but I saw this gorgeous fabric on First Fabrics stories on Instagram, and I absolutely loved it. It's a fleece back sweatshirting fabric, and it's got the leopard print all over it. It's like a rainbow leopard print, but they're like heart shapes. I think it's gorgeous on a grey background. I used black ribbing from First Fabrics as well for the neckband and also for the cuffs, and also for the hemband. And then I've just top stitched, I think I used black to top stitch. You can just see that along the neckline. And I used the Tinny and the Buttons Billy jumper and jumper dress pattern, which I absolutely love. You can sew it up as a jumper, but you can also sew it up as a jumper dress. And you can also do these gorgeous balloon shaped sleeves. I absolutely love them. It's sort of gathered into the shoulder, and then you gather it into the cuff, and you get this absolutely gorgeous shape. Or you can just do a regular sleeve as well. And then it's quite a relaxed fit in terms of a jumper dress, and then you've got a band on the bottom. And this sweatshirting didn't have a huge amount of stretch, so that's why I went with some ribbing, but you could use the same fabric if it's got enough stretch. This fabric just didn't have enough stretch. I'll put pictures in of me wearing this dress, but that's what it looks like. It's so snuggly and warm, and I just really love that pattern. I think it's so fun. And I've worn this to school when it was a little bit chilly, and it kept me lovely and warm. And then that's what the texture is on the inside. So lovely and snuggly. And I just popped on some tights, and I think I might have worn my trainers with this dress actually, and I just felt really, really cozy. So I'm really pleased with that one. I think we might still have a few chilly days before the weather starts to consistently be warm, so I'll be able to get a bit more wear out of that one. Then continuing the theme of warm and snuggly makes, hopefully I'll still get a little bit of wear out of this one. But this is something that I talked about on my YouTube channel. I had this absolutely gorgeous, just going to take the hanger out, absolutely gorgeous faux fur fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. It was a fabric I'd seen in the shop. They don't have a shop that you can just go drop into, but they do occasionally have open days or open evenings, and over Christmas they had an open evening, and I saw this absolutely gorgeous faux leopard print fur fabric, absolutely beautiful, and it feels so soft. It's absolutely incredible to wear this. This was an absolute nightmare when I was cutting it out. The fur just went absolutely everywhere, and when I was sewing it up there was fluff just everywhere, but now it's been sewn up, I absolutely love it. Anyway, I saw it in the shop, absolutely loved it, but I resisted because I'd already picked a couple of fabrics from there when I went for the late night shopping thing over Christmas. I got some sweatshirting fabric and I got some denim, so I resisted getting this. And then a couple of weeks later, or it might have been a month later, they had a sale on, and this was in the sale, and I just thought it was fate, so I bought some. I bought 2.5 meters, and at the time I wasn't really sure what pattern I was gonna sew up. I'm going to pop it on so you can see what it looks like. And then on the inside, I've just got lining fabric that I got from New Craft House, which I'd bought with a different blazer in mind for lining. But actually, I thought this went perfectly with that faux fur. I think it's such a gorgeous lining. I'll pop it on. It obviously is not going to go with what I'm wearing, but I have got pictures of me wearing this. So the pattern that I went for in the end, I wasn't sure whether the faux fur would work with this pattern. So the pattern that I went for is the Friday Pattern Company Heather Blazer. Now I thought this might be too thick for sewing this up, but I had the idea in my head and I thought I'm just going to go for it. And actually it's turned out really well. It's turned out much better than I thought. I couldn't press the fabric. I wasn't expecting to be able to press it, but I have still been able to. It's quite busy, but I have still been able to get that collar detail here and then that sort of lapel detail. I have still been able to get that. I haven't bothered putting a buttonhole on because I thought this fabric would be an absolute nightmare with a buttonhole, and I don't think I would wear it fastened anyway. So I haven't got a button and I haven't got a buttonhole. If it really bothers me, then I will put a button on and I will put a buttonhole on. And then I did put pockets on, but what I decided to do with the pockets was I decided to line them because I thought that would be the easiest way to get a really neat finish on that pocket. And the pockets are pretty camouflaged actually. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how it's turned out actually. You do still get that fold detail of the lapel. It was really lovely fabric to work with and it fits me really nicely. It's sort of a relaxed fit jacket. And I think it'll go really nicely with a couple of my like jeans and dungarees and just add a really nice detail to a outfit. So I'm just stroking the fabric. It feels so lovely. And actually the sleeves went in really nicely too. I was worried about it being quite thick, but actually it was absolutely fine. It feels so lovely and soft. And then you've got that collar detail at the back as well. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this has turned out. It's a super snuggly make, really fun. I really love this fabric. I think it's super fun and I'm just really pleased that I've turned it into a jacket that I know I'm going to get loads and loads of wear out of when the weather isn't too warm. I'm going to take it off now because I do feel very warm wearing it. So a lovely, exciting, surprising make, which I'm really thrilled did turn out really well. And then the final thing that I've got sewn up is a dress that I've seen loads of people sewing up. It's a new pattern by Tilly and the Buttons, which I'm going to go into a bit more detail in this video. The pattern was sent to me for free. Tilly and the Buttons got in touch to ask if I would like a copy of the pattern, and I said yes please. I really loved the look of this dress. I think it looks absolutely beautiful and I really enjoyed sewing it up as well. So I'll show you the dress that I've made and I'll put pictures in of me wearing this dress. But I had this pink and red viscose fabric in my stash for ages. I can't remember where I got it from. I think it might have been from Rainbow Fabrics, which I bought probably about a year, 2 years ago. I think that's where I got it from. Otherwise, I might have got it from Sew Me Sunshine. But anyway, I love the fabric. It's absolutely gorgeous. Pink background, red sort of irregular sized dots. And I used the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel dress. So I have got the pattern here. It's a new pattern that they've just released. You can sew it up as a top or you can sew it up as a dress. And it's got lots of shearing detail on it too. And it was a really interesting construction. Like I said, I will share more details about the pattern once I've shared the dress. And I'll put pictures in of me wearing this dress. But it's got a really interesting shape. So you've got, and I didn't realise this by looking at the pattern, but you've got elastic in the shoulder detail here. You've got elastic in the back, and then you've also got elastic at the front, and then you've also got these ties. But the ties, I thought that they were threaded through a channel, but they're not. You just top stitch them on the front of the dress. If I open it up, you'll be able to see that they're just loose. Like, you know, if I pull them, it's not going to bunch it up. You just attach them on the inside of the bodice and you top stitch them, and then you just tie them so you've got this little keyhole opening at the front of your dress. It's a really cute detail. So yeah, I didn't realise, the most surprising part of the pattern was I didn't realise that you had elastic in the shoulder, but that obviously holds it onto you. And the sleeves are inserted in a really interesting way. I found it a really enjoyable pattern to sew up. There's different options for the sleeves. I went for the full length sleeve, and it's got shearing in the cuff. The shearing was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. And Tilly and the Buttons have got a video tutorial, and I think they've also written a blog about how to shear, but actually it was a really straightforward process. And they give you lots and lots of top tips on how to do the shearing as well. So I've got shearing in the cuffs, and then you've also got shearing at the top part of the skirt, where the skirt and the bodice are attached, and that creates a really lovely shape. So there's shearing there as well. I think it was like 5 lines of shearing on the skirt, and I think it was like 10 lines of shearing on the cuffs. So not a huge amount, and actually it didn't take a huge amount of time to sew the shearing on the cuffs or on the skirt. And then it's got quite a sort of rectangular shaped skirt. It's not particularly sort of gathered. Although it looks gathered there, it's the shearing that makes the skirt sort of gathered like that. And then it stops, I think it stops just sort of mid-calf. It's like a midi length dress. I love it in this fabric. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And this fabric's perfect because it moves so nicely. So it's the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel pattern. So you can sew this really cute top, which has got a peplum, or you can sew the dress. You can do shorter length sleeves, and I really love these sleeves here, or you can do the full length sleeve, and that's what I went for with my dress. It comes in sizes UK 6 to 34. It's a pattern that's aimed at improvers. There's a section on the first page about how to sew shearing, and it gives you lots of really great top tips. So what stitch length to use, how to put the shearing on the bobbin, etc. And that was really handy before you get started. These are the line drawings. So you've got this top, which is like a peplum blouse, that's the front, and then that's the back. And then you've got the dress, which is a midi dress, so that's the front and that's the back. It says, get ready for all the compliments with this dreamy dress or blouse with sheared waist and cuffs. Learn to sew shearing with our step-by-step guide, plus a free video tutorial by Tilly if you need extra help. It's got a square shaped elasticated neckline, full or elbow length sleeves with deep sheared cuff or narrow sheared cuff with frill hem. Voluminous raglan sleeves, elasticated around the shoulders. The front neckline has a pretty frill, keyhole opening and faux drawstring tie. Blousey bodice and floaty skirt cinched in with sheared waistline, and you can make it as a midi length dress or a peplum blouse. In terms of fabric recommendations, they recommend lightweight woven fabrics that gather easily, like a cotton lawn, poplin, voile, seersucker, viscose rayon or crepe. And I'll just show you the details again. Really, really pretty. So you can see that gorgeous neckline, and then that beautiful bow detail, and then those gorgeous not at 3/4 length, and then those gorgeous elbow length sleeves or the full length sleeves. So in terms of sizes, it comes in a UK 6 to a UK 34. So the smallest hip measurement is a 33-inch hip measurement, and the largest hip measurement is a 61-inch hip measurement. The instructions are full of lots and lots of really clear images to help you as well, every step of the way. I printed my instructions teeny tiny, but they are bigger than that. I just forgot to, when I printed it, I forgot to press fit to the page. So they're actually really tiny, but lots of instructions to help you along the way. And yeah, I just think it's really lovely. I love this example. That fabric is absolutely gorgeous. And I've got loads of fabric in my stash that I'm really keen to turn into a Mabel dress. I will say it's a different shape and a different style for me. That sort of square neckline is very different for me, and the square neckline on the back. I did feel quite exposed because normally I quite like a high neckline, but actually I really loved wearing the dress, and I think once I get used to that style, because it's very different for me, I think I'll really love wearing all of the Mabel dresses, because I've definitely got plans for at least 2 if not 3 more Mabel dresses. So that was the final thing that I got sewn up, I was going to say this week, but actually over the last couple of weeks. And I have still got lots and lots of things that I do want to sew up. I've still got a week left of the Easter holidays. So I am looking forward to sewing up a few more things over the next week, although we are going away for a couple of days. So hopefully I'll still get a couple of sewing days. The next thing I wanted to share with you was some fabric that I've been buying, and I have got more fabric that's coming to do with some projects that I've got planned for some of the sewing challenges, but I'll talk about that when I got into the challenges, and also in my next Sunday sewing catch up I can show you those fabrics because they haven't arrived yet. So I've got 3 pieces of fabric that I've ordered from Pound Fabrics, and I don't order from them very often, but when I do, there's always lots and lots of amazing deals on their website. And there was one fabric in particular that I had my eye on. I don't know if there was an advert that I saw or if somebody else shared on their stories, but it was this thick gingham jersey fabric in a blue gingham. And I fell in love with this as soon as I saw it. So it's a really thick jersey fabric, and I know exactly what I'm going to turn this into. I'm going to turn this into the Deer & Doe Sirocco jumpsuit. I've got a Deer & Doe Sirocco jumpsuit in a black and white, I think it's a black and white gingham fabric actually, and I absolutely love wearing it. So as soon as I saw this, it's got quite a lot of stretch actually, but the recovery seems quite good. As soon as I saw this fabric, I instantly imagined it as the Deer & Doe Sirocco jumpsuit. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. If I can find a picture of me wearing the black and white one that I've sewn up, I'll put a picture in now so you can see what it looks like. But I got 3 meters of this fabric, so that's definitely enough to turn it into the Deer & Doe Sirocco jumpsuit. On the other side, it's just well, I say it's plain, but you can actually see that gingham coming through. But it's just like a textured inside, which is sort of a white, but you can see some of that gingham coming through. And then on the outside, you've got that gorgeous baby blue gingham print, and I think that's going to work really nicely as the Deer & Doe Sirocco. And then whilst I was getting that fabric, I thought I might as well browse and have a little look for some other fabrics, and I saw this absolutely beautiful, what did they describe it as? Animal Jungle on black French terry fabric. Now I only got 1 meter of this because this is going to be turned into a dress or a jumper and some joggers for one of my friends who's got a little girl. I fell in love with this fabric as soon as I saw it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous and it's so fun. It's got all these animals all over it. I just absolutely love it. So I'm going to use the Poppy and Jazz pansy dress pattern, I think, or the Poppy and Jazz birch trousers and then the strawberry sweatshirt. So one of the Poppy and Jazz patterns, if not 2 of the patterns together, because I only got 1 meter. Might be enough to do like a jumper and a dress maybe, or maybe some leggings and a dress, I don't know. But it's definitely going to be turned into something for my friend's little girl. I just really loved that fabric. It doesn't even look like it's really on a black background because it's so busy with all the flowers and the leaves and the animals and things. But it's just such a fun fabric. I absolutely love it. So I'm really excited about sewing up some children's wear. I love sewing for little children. It comes together so nicely and it's always really cute because it's so tiny as well. And then the other fabric, what have I done with it? Then the other fabric that I got from Pound Fabrics is a green and white striped knit fabric. Now it's actually quite a sheer fabric, it's quite thin. And I bought 3 meters of this and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to turn it into. I might just turn it into a couple of t-shirts, like one for me, one for Ruby, one for Lola, perhaps, because you can see it's actually quite sheer. I did wonder if I'd be able to turn it into a dress, but I just think it's too sheer for a dress. So I have to have a little think about what I'm going to turn that into, because I have got 3 meters of this fabric. If anyone's got any suggestions of what to turn it into, please let me know, because it is quite sheer fabric. But I just really loved that gorgeous green stripe. I think it's so beautiful. And it's not quite a white fabric actually. I don't know if it's the green from the stripe that's making it look a different colour, but it's ever so slightly, it looks like a really, really, really pale green actually. And then you've got that deep green stripe. It's got such a gorgeous amount of drape actually. But yeah, because it's sheer, I don't know what I'd be able to turn it into. I think maybe just some t-shirts, possibly. But yeah, if anyone's got any suggestions, please let me know. I just fell in love with that green stripe. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. The other thing that I have been buying is another bra kit for the other bra pattern that the New Craft House brought out. So I bought the Wren bra pattern and also a kit. I bought the purple mesh kit and I sewed up the hipster briefs and I also sewed up the Wren bra. And then spurred on by my success with the Wren bra, I thought I'd buy the Ava bra as well because I really like the shape of the Ava bra. It's got a bit more cup detail, whereas the Wren, it's sort of a little bit more open as a bra. I really like the look of the Ava bra because it looks a little bit more closed and it looks like it might offer a little bit more support. So I've ordered the green mesh kit for the Ava bra. So I'm going to have a go at sewing up the Ava bra over the next week before I go back to work, and I'll let you know how I get on with that. So the kit has everything that you need to sew up that bra pattern, and it just comes in a little bag like that. So I'm looking forward to giving that a try. So this is the Ava bra pattern that I was just talking about by the New Craft House. So you can see that it's just slightly different to the Wren bra pattern, which I'll put an image in now. That has more sort of like a V opening here, whereas this one looks like there's more sort of cup detail. So the Ava bra is a pattern by New Craft House. So the Ava bra comes in sizes 26 to 42, A to double J. Here are some more line drawings, just so you can see what the front looks like and what the back looks like. In terms of fabric recommendations, it's suitable for any stretch fabric with 40% four-way stretch, including stretch mesh, cotton jersey, lingerie jersey and lace. And then you'll also need some 16mm fold over elastic, 18 to 25mm underband elastic, 17mm strap elastic, 36mm hook and eye clasp, 2 times 17mm ring and 2 times 17mm slider. That's why I prefer to buy the kits, because you've got everything all together rather than trying to source all of those different bits. And then they describe the Ava bra as a soft cup triangle bra designed for mesh fabric with excellent stretch and recovery, making it super comfortable. This is one of our all-time favourite bra patterns for everyday wear, and we know you'll love it too. So I'm very excited about using that mesh kit to have a go at sewing up my own Ava bra, and I will let you know how I get on with that and how I find the pattern as well. Hopefully I won't find it too fiddly, because I've now sewn up, I think I've sewn 3 of the Wren bras, and the first experience of sewing up the bra, it was super fiddly and I found it quite frustrating. But once I got into the second bra and the third bra, I felt a lot more confident with that fiddly aspect of sewing up lingerie. So hopefully I'll find that a really enjoyable sew. So I'm looking forward to sewing that one up. The next thing that I've been buying, the lovely Laura, who is the Specky Seamstress on Instagram, and she's also got a shop where she sells bias binding. She's also started selling labels and also patches. So there was a release of them, I think about a week ago, or maybe more than a week ago actually, because I've got these a couple of days ago. Of some labels but also some patches. So I've bought some labels and I've also bought some patches. So the first one is like a mixed bag of different labels, and then the other bag, it says sewing is my superpower, which I absolutely love. I think that's such a fun label to put in anything. And then it also got some of these patches, so a larger patch that says sewing is my superpower. And then these ones I absolutely loved, and I thought they were great for attaching to things that I'd made for people. So it says made for and then passed on to, which I think is a really great idea. So you can write up here who you've made it for, and then they can add who they've passed it on to. So I've got a couple of those. And then the other patch that I got was this Me Made Rules, and I just thought that was really cute and really lovely Me Made Rules as well. So love what you've made, wear it with pride, enjoy the imperfections, you look fabulous. And I think sometimes us sewists can struggle with that third one, enjoy the imperfections. I know I can sometimes struggle if I've made a mistake on something or it's not exactly how I was expecting it to. I can sometimes really struggle with that imperfection on that make, but actually that's part of your sort of sewing style, and it should still be really enjoyed. So I really loved that patch. So the mixed bag of labels, I'm just going to open them, because I've actually got, you probably can't see it, but my label, I used to have a tin for all my labels, but actually I was running out of room, so I've now got a little jar. Well, it's not little really, I've got all my labels in there, so I'm going to add these labels into that jar. So I'll just show you what they all say. So you've got, you are a superstar, and then we've got one that says it's what's on the inside that counts. And then we've got one that says made to measure. And then we've got one that says made by me with some scissors, which is really cute. And then we've got one of the sewing is my superpower, which I bought a pack of, which I really love. And then another one that says stitched with love. So I'm going to add those to my little jar of labels, and I'll put my patches in there too. But yeah, really lovely quality, and I'm really excited about using some of these in my makes. So I'm just going to pop them over there for now, and then I can use them at a later date. I'll link the shop down below if you haven't checked out the Specky Seamstress, but she's got loads of amazing bias binding on there, as well as the labels and as well as the patches. There's also some leather patches on there if you want to sew jeans as well. So the next thing I wanted to share with you was some absolutely gorgeous earrings that I've been buying, and I have got some of the earrings in. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them, Oh, I think it's upside down actually. I've got some little Easter chicks in my ears. And I bought some jewellery from Saphirre Frills. Let me see if I can find their business card. I've bought jewellery from them before. I've got some leaf print earrings. I bought some Christmas earrings from them. I've got some smaller like dot earrings next to the chicks, and I got those from Saphirre Frills. I absolutely love all of their jewellery. So here is their business card. I'll link their shop down below. And then I just got a little thank you note as well. There was a little Easter chocolate that was included, but Lola spotted that and she's eaten that. So I bought the chick earrings that I've got in my ears. I'll see if I can put an image in of what they look like. And then I've got these. I think these are absolutely gorgeous. Daffodil earrings. They're so fun. I think they're absolutely beautiful. So I'm looking forward to wearing those. I think the daffodil earrings would actually go with my dress. Then I've got these. I love the colour combination on these earrings. So it's like a mint green background, matches my nails actually. And then it's like a peachy leopard print and then a lilac-y outline. I don't know if you can see that very well. Absolutely love those. And then I went for these. I think these are super cute. So these are like a drop earring and they're on a black background, and the black is sort of sparkly glitter. And then it's got pink and green hearts all over it, and then these pink hearts at the top. I think they're super cute. I love those colours. They're absolutely gorgeous. And then the final one, I got some sort of mini egg inspired earrings. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you, but yeah, they look a bit, they remind me of mini eggs. Not that I eat mini eggs, but my girls absolutely love mini eggs. And I've been making brownies and cupcakes with mini eggs as well. So yeah, I got those as well. Couldn't resist those with a sort of Easter theme, but I think you could wear them all year round if you wanted to. And I could easily have got carried away and bought more earrings on their website because they're really reasonably priced as well and just really good quality. So I'll link them down below if you haven't seen them, and they're also on Instagram, and they always share loads of gorgeous stories of their jewellery as well. And when they're doing like restocks and things, they'll share different like earrings and things, so you get lots of inspiration and you're very tempted to go and buy more earrings. But I absolutely love the quality of the earrings, and they're just really beautiful designs as well. So the next thing I wanted to share with you was some sewing challenges that are going to be running throughout the month of April. There seems to be loads of sewing challenges at the moment, so I've got all the details written down just in case you haven't come across them yet. So the first one, and these aren't in any particular order, it's just where I've made my notes. So the first one I wanted to share with you was Sew an April Blouse, and this is being run by Gabrielle, who is at cloth_edit, and then Ruan, who is at the Yorkshire Sew Girl. And the idea behind it is that you make a blouse, so it can be an indie pattern, big four pattern, vintage, it can be a free pattern, it can be a pattern hack, you kind of drafted it yourself, it doesn't matter what pattern it is, but it needs to be a blouse. Shop your stash, repurpose fabric, or you can buy some fabric that you've had your eye on. You need to sew it between the 1st and the 30th of April. That's when the competition is running. And then you need to post the blouse when it's finished within those two dates, so the 1st of April and the 30th of April. And it's open worldwide as well, and there are lots of prizes. There's a hashtag, and you also need to make sure that you tag Gabrielle and Ruan in your post, and it needs to be a brand new post on your Instagram in the month of April. And the hashtag is #SewAprilBlouse23. So I'm definitely going to have a go at entering that one. I entered it last year and I really enjoyed it. I think I might have sewn up an Anthea blouse last year to enter the Sew April Blouse challenge. I think you can enter lots and lots of times as well. So if you want to sew lots of blouses throughout the month of April, you can enter lots of times as well. So the next challenge that is back, I really enjoyed again taking part in this last year. It's the Sew Recreate the Look challenge that's being run by Charlene, who is So Dressmaking, and then Jen, who is Jen Leg Tees Creatives on Instagram. I'll link both of their Instagrams down below if you don't follow them, but I'm sure you do follow them. And the idea behind it is there are 3 different categories, but the idea behind it is that you are inspired by a particular photo or look, and you try and recreate that look. So you sew a garment or a few garments. Last year I sewed a blouse, a jacket and dungarees to match a Lucy and Yak dungarees sort of photo. So you find an image that you felt really inspired by and you try and recreate that look. There are 3 categories this year for the winners. So the first category is best copy, so the look that gets closest to the original. Best interpretation, which is the person that takes the inspiration and puts their own spin on it. And then the final category is best basic, so core pieces that we know we couldn't live without. There's spot prizes at the end of the month as well. There'll be prompts throughout the month. So week 1 ends today, so the 3rd to the 9th of April, and we're being encouraged to share our inspiration. And I have already shared on Instagram what my inspiration is. I've got 2 looks that I've been inspired by. One is this super cute coat from Next, which is aimed at a child, but I'm going to try and recreate the look for an adult. And then the other one is a Aesthetic Laundry, I think the company's called, tassel jumper. So I'm going to have a go at sewing that up as well, using some of my scrap jersey that I've got, and I've got some black sweatshirting fabric that I've just ordered. Week 2 is the 10th to the 16th of April. We're being encouraged to share our fabric and patterns. And it's the pattern aspect that I'm struggling with at the moment. So if you haven't seen my post on Instagram, do go and check it out and let me know what patterns you would use for either the coat or the jumper, because the jumper's a drop shoulder look and it's quite a boxy jumper. I'm not quite sure what pattern to go for yet, so I'd really love your suggestions. Week 3 is the 17th to 23rd of April, and we're being encouraged to share our progress. And week 4 is a sneaky peek, and then reveal day is the 30th of April. So on the 30th of April, we're being encouraged to reveal our final garment. So I'm hoping that I can recreate both of those looks. I've gone for quite a complicated make, which is the coat. It's like this colour blocked, gorgeous little coat. And then the other one, I think, is going to be fairly simple. It's just a boxy style sweatshirt, and then it's got tassels that are sewn into like the sleeve head, or where the drop shoulder is, there's tassels that are sewn in. So I'm hoping that will be a more straightforward make than the coat. So I'll have at least one thing that I can enter into the Sew Recreate the Look 23. I'll link Charlene and Jen down below so you can go and check it out if you haven't seen it on Instagram already. But yeah, I'm really excited about that one, and I really enjoyed that challenge last year. The next challenge that I have come across is being run by Nadia, and it's Oh So Me 23, and it's raising money and awareness for bowel cancer, because her husband in 2018 was diagnosed with bowel cancer. She's got a YouTube channel which I'll link down below, where her husband talks about his own journey and his story with the diagnosis of bowel cancer and his journey so far. But Nadia wants to raise awareness of bowel cancer and try and raise some money as well. So I'm definitely going to be taking part in this one. And I really like the idea of this challenge. So it's being run by Nadia, who is stitch _ style _ Nadia. I'll link her Instagram and her YouTube channel down below so you can go and check her out. But the idea behind it is that we sew a clothing pattern in April that we've adjusted to suit your body style. Post the make on Instagram from the 22nd to the 30th of April with the hashtag OhSewMe23 and tag Nadia, who is Stitch and Style by Nadia. 1 entry per sewist, and then if you can, we're being encouraged to donate to Bowel Cancer UK, and there's a link on Nadia's page if you want to go and donate to Bowel Cancer UK as well. So I thought that was quite an interesting one, because we're being encouraged to think about how we need to adapt patterns to our own body shape and also our own body style as well. I know quite often I have to think about garments that aren't too close fitting, because I suffer from irritable bowel syndrome, and it means that my tummy sort of size fluctuates throughout the month. Sometimes I'll be quite bloated and sometimes I won't be quite as bloated as I was perhaps the week before. So I'm sort of thinking about what pattern it is that I would sew up, but that's a really interesting take on a sewing challenge, so I'm looking forward to hopefully being able to take part in that one as well. So lots and lots of sewing challenges that are going on at the moment on Instagram, so fingers crossed I can take part in at least 1 or 2 of them, if not all of them. So the next thing I wanted to share with you was 2 YouTube channels that I wanted to give a little mention. And the first one is the lovely Nadia from the Bright Blooms. So she's over on Instagram, and I absolutely love her Instagram feed. I love her stories. She's got a really beautiful style, and I love the mixture of things that she likes to share on her Instagram stories, but also on her Instagram feed. So she started a YouTube channel, and she describes her YouTube channel as a colourful account sharing DIY, lifestyle and crafts. So she's got a couple of YouTube shorts over on her channel at the moment. So I know there's an upcycling one, and I think there's a baking one. I think there's another, maybe there's another 2 over on her YouTube channel. So I'll link her down below if you haven't given her a follow already. But I'm sure you follow her on Instagram, but she's just started a YouTube channel, which I'm really excited about, watching what content she publishes over on the YouTube channel as well. And then the next YouTube channel I wanted to let you know about, I'm sure you already follow her already, but it's Amelia, who is Amelia Ellen Sews over on Instagram, but also on YouTube. And she's got a mixture of videos over on her channel already. So she's got some makes vlogs, fabric stash, she's got some tutorials. She's got a tutorial on her channel where she talks through how to mend a hole using your sewing machine, and then she's also got some sewing plans videos on her channel already as well. So do head over and give Atia and Amelia a follow on YouTube if you haven't already. And then I wanted to give you a little update, where is it, on my knitting. So I'm still getting there with my knitting. I'm still just at the practicing stage, and you'll be able to see that I've moved on to some smaller wool, and I'm just having a go at, again, just knitting. I'm hoping this will become a scarf for my husband, but it is taking me absolutely ages to knit. I haven't picked this up for a while actually, but every so often I pick it up and I just do a couple of rows. I am really enjoying sort of the mindfulness of knitting. And then I also got a voucher at Christmas, which I hadn't got round to spending. It was a John Lewis voucher. So I popped into John Lewis earlier on in the week, and they had these kits by Sidar, Kith and Kin. And they had this scarf knitting kit, which is a colour block scarf knitting kit. And I really love the look of it. So I bought it because I think it was less than £30, and I had a voucher that I needed to use up. So I thought once I've done this one, this is going to take me forever, might have a go at moving on to, knitting this scarf up as well for myself. But I'm persevering with it. It's taken me ages. But I'm just doing very simple things at the moment, but I am still really enjoying learning to knit. Then the other thing that I wanted to share is something that I've bought for Lola. So she is dairy intolerant, so she can't actually eat a huge amount of chocolate unless we get her dairy-free chocolate. So I have got her one dairy-free chocolate egg, but they're super expensive, and actually she's not a massive fan of chocolate. So the lovely Catherine, who is Soverton Makery, I hope I'm saying that correctly, I'm sorry if I'm not Catherine, that is her business, shared that she'd been set up at a market and she had a couple of things left over. So I messaged her on Instagram to say, would she be up for me buying a couple of pieces for Lola? Because I showed Lola the picture and she absolutely loved quite a few of the bows and a couple of the headbands. So Catherine messaged me back to say yes. She sent me an image of the things she had left. So I bought a couple of bows. I got this bow for myself. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love how bright and colourful it is, and it's got flowers and leaves all over it. And I think it'd look really nice if I pulled my hair back a little bit and then just clipped it in the back. And then Lola chose this one, which has got some super cute rabbits on there. Absolutely gorgeous. And then there's another bow that she chose, but she's actually wearing it at the moment. And then we got a couple of headbands as well. So we've got this one, which I think is really gorgeous. And then we got this one as well, which Lola chose, which is super cute as well. And she's going to really enjoy wearing those as well. So thank you, Catherine, for those. They're absolutely beautiful, and I love shopping from small businesses as well. So I was delighted when I saw on her stories that she still had a few pieces left. The other thing I wanted to update was the sewing sort of meetup kind of social that I'm trying to organise at the moment. So I've contacted a few venues, and I've had one venue get back to me the evening that I wanted to go for. They're already booked. So I'm just trying to negotiate an evening, but I think I've found somewhere. So I will update as soon as I've been able to finalise that and book it, and I'll share the dates as well, and I'll also share them over on Instagram. But I'm very close to being able to say, yep, I've got a venue, and I can start planning the first couple of dates. I wasn't expecting it to be so hard to find a venue, but actually it has proved to be more difficult and more time consuming than I was expecting. So I'm sorry if you were hoping that I'd be able to arrange them sooner. It has taken me a little bit longer than I was expecting, but I feel like I'm almost there with securing a venue. So thank you for your patience with that. And then I always like to finish with some sewing plans. So I have got a week left of Easter break. So I have got some very ambitious plans. I'm just going to grab a couple of pieces of fabric. So the first plans I've got, I want to sew up another couple of pairs of the True Bias Riley dungarees, because I've just worn the denim dungarees that I made loads, so many times. I feel like I need another couple of pairs of that style of dungaree. I just really love them. They're super comfortable. So I've got this gorgeous embroidered needle cord that I got from Fabric Godmother. Was it Fabric Godmother? Yeah, I think it was Fabric Godmother. It's got these absolutely gorgeous embroidered strawberries all over them. So these are going to be turned into some True Bias Riley dungarees. And then I've got this jumbo lilac cord that I shared that I also got from Fabric Godmother. And I'd really like to turn those into a pair of Riley dungarees as well, because I think that they will just make an absolutely gorgeous pair of dungarees. And then I've dug out some fabrics to sew up a few more Tilling the Buttons Mabel dresses. So I'm just going to grab them. So I've got this absolutely gorgeous, like neon animal print fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. And this is actually one of my Make 9 fabrics for the year. And I think this is going to make a gorgeous Mabel dress. And then I've also got this fabric that was given to me by Rainbow Fabrics. And it's a viscose crepe. And I think this will also make an absolutely beautiful Mabel dress. So I'm going to get those two cut out and hopefully get at least one of them sewn up. And then the other fabric I've dug out is with the Sew April Blouse in mind. And it's this really fun, it's a bit crinkled, sort of retro-y print viscose fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. I think I only got 1.5 meters, and I think I'm going to turn this into an Anthea blouse, an Anna Allen Anthea blouse. I think it would make a really, really fun blouse. It's such a gorgeous print and it's so unusual. None of these are cut out yet, so I need to spend probably about a day just getting them all cut out. But I'm very excited about getting some of these fabrics turned into beautiful garments. So hopefully I'll have a few more garments to be able to share with you next weekend. And I'll also be able to share a bit more about my Sew Recreate the Look idea, and also another dress that I've got in mind, but the fabric hasn't arrived, so I don't want to talk about it without showing you the beautiful fabric. But I did, so I've got another plan, but the fabric hasn't arrived yet, so I'm going to talk to you about that next weekend when the fabric's arrived. But I did buy the Robert Wood dress, which was the Alicia dress bow patchwork, and I've ordered some nylon tulle from Sister Mintaka in 3 different colours to make that dress, so I'll share that with you next weekend when I've got the fabric. But yeah, that was a bumper of lots of things that I wanted to share with you today. So well done if you made it to the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed hearing what I've been getting up to and seeing some of the things that I've been making. I'm really looking forward to the month of April. There's loads of things, it feels like, going on in the sewing community, and I'm looking forward to hopefully being able to get involved with as much of that as possible. Let me know down below if you are getting involved in any of the challenges and what your plans are, and if you've got any suggestions for any of the fabrics that I've shared today, please do let me know in the comments below. Thank you as always for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. You'll get notified of when I bring out my next videos. I have had a little bit of a break, and I know that really does impact on my videos being able to reach lots of people, so I really appreciate it when you do hit that like button, because it gets my video out to more and more people. When you have a break, it's a bit like Instagram, that algorithm stops sharing your videos and things. So I really do appreciate all of the support. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.